everybody, this is Paula with Vonna's Crafty Designs, and it is Saturday Stash, De-stash once again. And we're going to look at the canvases that I have. They are Temu canvases this time from what I've seen, and so I'm going to share them with you. Some of them might be available, some may not. We're going to look at them, and I'm going to choose the ones I'm going to put in my stash and the ones I'm going to de-stash, which usually go to my Facebook page, Vonna's Crafty Designs. If you're not, join over there. Look and see what we have under the comments, because I usually make a post, and then under the comments I will put the size and the price. I sell them for what I remember that I gave for them, and a little bit of postage. We'll check what the postage is, and so if you're interested, just let me know. All right, well, we're going to bring it on down and see what I got here. Hold on just a minute. All right, this is number one. Number one for this week. If you hear the fan and such, it's because, well, it got hot again. It did not give us a whole lot of cool time. Looks like we have a little bit of an extra here. We've got a Handy Dandy Plus. It's got some of the multi-placers with the pink one, the green boat, and it's got 2 blocks of wax. Extra special. All right, let me get my little thing here. I've got a pen just in case we need to mark something. This looks like it's already been marked. Yeah, it has CYFJ01885, and that's what this says. So it's already been marked. It is a round, and they're in baggies. You see those. Nice colors in this pack. You might be able to see them better that way, I'm not sure. Anyway, browns, beiges. It is a very small landscape. The canvas is not as stiff as some of the others. And it has 25 colors. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I think it's supposed to be like a church in the background. Maybe there's a house and it's got a bridge. So yeah, it is different in that it's one of those that has those guide circles. Let me see if I can get it close enough for you to see. Can you see the little circles around there, around the images? It has guide circles. But yeah, here it is. It is a 30 by 40. 35 by 40s are nice size to get done quickly, but this is a landscape. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, this looks colorful. And we have the Handy Dandy. I call the Handy Dandy the green boat, little cube of wax, and the pink wand. And here are the drills, which are marked. You can see those. You see some of those colors. I don't normally take the drills out of the packets because none of them seem to have any special drills, and it's really hard to get them back in. They make a mess once you take them out. They make a mess. But those were marked. They had the marking on them, and they matched the marking on the canvas. Again, this is very bright and pretty. Very bright and pretty. And a crinkle there on the end. 30 by 40. And it looks like it's a watering can. And the little, it's either a butterfly or dragonfly. It may have a tail, it might be a dragonfly. It has daffodils, daisies, and some pretty pink flowers. A little red bird with blue wings, as you can see. It's a very pretty little picture. We always call the daffodils March lilies, or March lilies, as the kids say. In March, in our area, they'll just grow randomly wild out in the fields, and we call them Marcha lilies. Or at least we did when we was kids. Then we call them March lilies, and we found out they were actually dandelions. But very pretty canvas. All right. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I think this will be, oh, I'm not sure. I don't know until I look it up. It's either number 13 or 14 on our weeks of the Stash De-stash. This is another another handy dandy. And look how tiny that wax is. Can you all tell? I mean, that's tiny in comparison to the others. I'll show you. Look at that one. Here's this wax, and here's this wax. Anyway, it is a smaller canvas. Maybe they think it won't take as much to do it. I don't know. It's another landscape type canvas. It's only a 30 by 30. It's got some flowers, purple flowers and stuff down in there. That's a walkway. Here's a cottage. It's very pretty. Should work up pretty quick. And it, again, it's a 30 by 30. It is marked, and so is the drills. They have matching numbers, which is always excellent. It has 18 colors. You see that? It's pretty. Again, some of these canvases I got back in 2021, 2022, and that one's not gonna stay up there. And it's 2025, so to remember some of them, I don't have any memory of them. So it's fun to get back in them and see what we got. Here's another handy dandy, and it does have a wax. Kind of fun for me too, because I don't remember most of these, not at all. Okay, so we have the colors, and they all match numbers and colors. And these there's a little bit of teal, there's a little bit of orange, there's some creams in this one, there's some browns. So yeah, gray. These are round. And there she is. Isn't she cute? She does have a dark background. She does, but it looks like, I'm telling you, got a lot of confetti, because there's not very many areas of line blocking at all. I hope she'll turn out. She's just a 30 by 30. She has a cute little face and a little hair thing in her hair. I think she's supposed to be a little girl peeking over a fence, is what I think. Very cute. You know, I'm not necessarily a fan of the dark coloring in the back, but look here, she's got a little butterfly down here in the corner. Look at her little baby face. Isn't she sweet? She is very sweet. 30 by 30. Looks like there's 20 colors. Like I said, there's no specials, but she is pretty, and we've seen her colors. All right, let's see what else we got. I think the reason I have these different types of bags is because if I remember correctly, some of the bags that I got in from Temu a couple years ago were like tore up or something, and so I purchased, I think, some bags offline in order to rebag some of these so they wouldn't get damaged. And I think I got like some poster bags or something. All right, we have a handy dandy. And this one is labeled. There's all the labels on it. It is a round. Looks like it's got some muted colors, really. You can see those. And they're all labeled, so like you'll have the label if you want to work right out of the bags, you can. Oh, this one has a more flimsy type of canvas. And you see that? It's a covered bridge. A lot of darker colors in this. A lot of browns, beiges, not much color other than that. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess on these. Slow your roll, Paula, slow your roll. There we go. There we go. Sometimes I get too fast, and I think that's why I end up with little crinklies. Is that the word? Crinklies. Alright. So we match up with our numbers, and that's good. We've got 25 colors, and like I said, this looks like it's an outside scene. A lot of browns and blacks. Probably we need to use, I'm going to say, light board under it. It's a 30 by 40. It's a covered bridge. Isn't that pretty? It's like there's some water through here. Yeah. All right. A few more. These came like this. They were folded in half. And some people don't like that. It doesn't bother me either way, but I can understand. You don't like that real thick crease in the middle of your canvas. Handy dandy. We end up having to do some ironing, don't we? And our numbers match. It's a 30 by 30 with 20 colors. Look here, it's a little girl and a little boy. And the little girl's giving him sugar. Giving him sugar. My grandsons never liked being kissed on, but they would squeeze you and they'd say, "Give me a squeeze." That meant a hug. And they still say that. They still say they want to squeeze. So they're little boys. They thought it was ucky to get a kiss on the cheek or whatever. Unless it's mama. Now, their mama, they'll take all kinds of kisses from. All right, it's got a kitty cat. Looks like some fall colors, actually. Almost fall looking. Here's a color palette. It does. It's got a lot of rust and brown and red in the canvas. All right. 30 by 30, 20 colors. 20 colors on a 30 by 30 is pretty average. And I think I've got one more here. And it's in a bag like this too. And there's our handy dandy. And there's the color palette here. All these are rounds, and most are, and it's got its numbers on it. And they match. So yeah, we're looking at some browns and some beiges and like wine looking colors. There's some blue, navy blue. All right, oh, look here. It's an angel, an abstract angel, kind of celestial looking. Is that a word? Celestial? I don't know. But, ooh, it's really sticky, I will tell you that. Look at that. Look how sticky that is. Pretty angel. Kind of reminds me of like a willow tree angel. If you've seen the willow tree stuff, little statues where they really don't have much of facial features. It kind of reminds me of. It's a 30 by 30. Yes, if you had any electrodes or some other sparkly crystals, you could put those in spots, especially around your what looks like little stars. It has 20 colors and it's a 30 by 30. And there she is. All right, we're gonna pull this back and we're gonna work, we'll get them all together here. Several 30 by 30s this time. And we will do the stash, De-stash. All right, here we go. We're gonna start with the covered bridge. And I really like this. I know it's dark, and you know, for a while I was like, I don't like dark. That was before I got my light board, so I don't mind it so much now. So I think I'm going to keep the covered bridge for me. This is in my stash. This is beautiful. If you like the birds and the flowers, which I do. However, I've got plenty, so we're going to put this in De-stash. Here is a landscape picture. Looks like a church, and I'm sure once the drills get on it, you'll be able to see it better. This is one of those that's got the little circles around it, but I'm going to put this in De-stash. This one is of the cottage and the flower bed and stuff, so I think I'm going to put it in a De-stash. The little girl giving little boy sugars, we'll put that in De-stash. This little girl and her peeking over the fence, I think is adorable. I'd love to try this and see how her eyes turned out, the little butterflies. So I'm going to keep this one in my stash. And then the angel, I'm going to De-stash her. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my De-stash, and then I'm going to keep 1, 2 for my stash. All right, guys, that is Saturday stash De-stash. I'm glad that you're with me. Remember to be safe, be happy, be blessed. Like, subscribe, and share. I hope you enjoy the Saturday De-stash. De-stash, if I can get it all out. And you'll be back with us again. Until next time, see ya.